f***ing up for me until that first text. When I first received it, I didn't really think much of it. But then another text came in and another text came in. Eventually realized that I got rejected not once, but 3 times on the same day. That was tough. That was something that I never expected. I would spend days and nights writing, editing, refining my craft over and over and over again. And for the past year, I've been having a good streak. I was able to get into a lot of shows and commercials and opportunities that I wanted to pursue. I was even able to be part of a movie, which I'm extremely grateful for. Basically, what happened was I auditioned to be a part of some shows and I didn't make the cut. The advice I hear a lot from people is that rejection is a part of life. That's never been helpful to me. Knowing that rejection is a part of life does not make it any easier to deal with rejection. And that brings me to the very first step of dealing with rejection: grieving. You have to grieve the loss of the opportunity. If I know anything about myself, I often want to skim through and skip this part, because whenever I face any form of rejection or conflict, I immediately go into problem solving and damage control mode, where I just want to figure out what the solution is. I just want to get it over with. If I do not allow myself to grieve and process my emotions, these things will come back to haunt me later on. And I'm going to start building defenses that will only weigh me down going forward. I spoke to some of my trusted friends. I opened up to them about my struggles and the things I was feeling. They offered their encouragement, and they were just a great listening ear, for which I'm extremely grateful for. I needed to fully grieve the loss of the opportunity that I was looking forward to. And it could be something completely different for you. Maybe it's the loss of a relationship. Maybe people didn't believe in you as much as you believed in yourself. Maybe you put yourself through so much hard work for this one moment and it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. No matter what it is, you need to grieve. You need to understand the weight of what you lost, and you need to allow yourself to feel those emotions as completely as you can, just so those unhealed wounds will not continue to affect you when you move on from here. The second step that I took to deal with my rejections is to glean, to try and understand what exactly happened and why I feel the way I feel about the things that have happened, just so that I can get to the root of the problem. So I asked myself this one simple question: why? Why did this rejection hurt me so much? It's not because I haven't faced rejections in the past, but this time it hit me differently. I eventually got there, because where I live right now, opportunities like this are very hard to come by, which means once I get rejected one time, I have to wait for at least a few more months before I get the chance to try again. And even though I've been only doing this for a year, I have these big dreams for where I want to be in terms of my career as a comedian and creator. And in order for me to achieve those goals, I need to work on my skills. I need to put in the work. I have a lot to give, but I don't have enough opportunities to give as much as I want to. That's what made the rejection hurt so much more for me. Which leads me to the very last step of dealing with rejection. And here's what happens when you jump straight to step 3. If you haven't grieved yet, like in step 1, you don't have a clear head to work with. Eventually, those emotions will catch up with you. The longer you wait to deal with your emotions, the harder they become to deal with. And if you ignored step 2, and if you haven't gleaned as to what actually went wrong and why you feel the way you feel and what exactly is the root of the issue, your focus is gone. You do not have a specific thing to work on, and that is just going to be tiring, and it's going to be a waste of your efforts and your time in the long run. It's going to make you feel even more discouraged when things do not work out, because you haven't taken the time to understand and glean from your past. Now, when you've done that, and only when you've done that, you can now freely grow. So like I talked about earlier, the reason why this rejection hurt me a lot is not because of the rejection in itself, but it's more so because of the lost opportunity for me to do the thing that I love. I want to make people laugh and learn, through sharing my life. And in order to do that well, there are some skills that I need to work on for myself. These are the areas in which I want to grow. I had to think to myself, how do I create more opportunities for myself to get really good at storytelling and put myself out there a lot more than usual, which is why I then decided to create videos online. Over here, there's as much opportunity as I want to have. I can make videos as often as I like or as less as I like. I could take a break every now and then if I wanted to. I get to basically practice my craft at my own pace. I wish I could tell you that that's the end, but I'm only 2 months into this journey and I'm still very uncomfortable and I feel very awkward sometimes talking to a camera in an empty room. It can also be very demotivating when sometimes a video that I put in a lot of effort into does not get as much views or attention as I think it deserves. But over time, I've been able to remind myself why I started doing this in the first place. And that has helped me stay on track and stay on the path that I've chosen, even at times when the outcome isn't always as evident as I would like it to be. I don't know how these 3 steps look like for you, but I hope that as I share my journey, you also found some hope and some practical paths to work on your journey as well and heal from the rejections that you faced so that you come out on the other side stronger. And if you currently find yourself facing rejection, I hope you remember to grieve, take your time, glean from it, understand why, and grow. It will take some time, it will take some effort. It's not going to be easy, but you will be okay. I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully even learned something. And if you did, please do like this video and consider subscribing to this channel if you want to follow along in this journey that I'm taking. Drop me a comment below and tell me how you felt about this video and how you personally deal with rejections as well. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, don't die.